What's up, Kenny?
Just getting on my pajamas. Be careful with the angle. The shirt's a little.
Yeah, there could be a nip slip at any moment in this shirt. Be good for the views.
A different YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you in there.
First of all.
No, thanks. You know, that one you hugged me yesterday. I was like, I just want a hug, and he's like,
well, I didn't know where your road rash was.
and I'm like, I just need a fucking hug. Just give me a hug. Found a theme though for YouTube.
So
comeback.
The comeback.
Gwen,
Yes.
you had requested on Instagram you were looking for content inspiration.
We
Did
found
anyone
it.
suggest breaking your collarbone? Was
No.
there nobody was like, hey, well, you should break a collarbone and
It'd be great content.
then come back from it?
Yeah. And it's great. I have a theme now. Yes, we can do the comeback from the collarbone. But no, it's unfortunate.
So you've officially, it is Wednesday, July 24th at 11:02 a.m. Last night you were racing your bicycle, you crashed and broke a collarbone.
Yep.
Walk us through. Yeah, what happened?
I actually had trouble sleeping last night because I just had the image of this, what happened, going through my head over and over again. But somebody crashed, a guy crashed. I don't know how he crashed, and somehow he was off his bike, and his bike was just flying across the road this way, and I was over here. And I actually thought I was going to miss it. I kept sliding over left. Maybe I should have slid over right. Anyway, the bike was coming, and I ended up running over the bike, and there's 2 or 3 people as well who crashed on top of me after that, and got up pretty quickly, got to the side of the road, and had some pain in my shoulder and thought, I wonder if this is a collarbone break.
And last night's race was a little bit different because we've been doing criteriums together.
Yep.
The Wednesday night one down in Golden. So and then this different one Tuesday night we do was the first time we were going to do it. We were doing it separately. So
yeah, Tuesday Night Thunder. It was a little smaller of a group, a little faster.
A little smaller of a group. It was a huge field last night for you.
You think it was bigger than the normal Wednesday night?
Absolutely.
No way.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe I wasn't riding at the back then.
No, you weren't. But but what happened was you had I didn't have my phone. I was warming up for my race. And then I'm out riding around, and I come over to the start because I always just keep an eye. If I have time, I ride.
Yeah, warm up.
I warm up, and then I just get there. If the race starts at 7:10, I show up at 7.
Meanwhile, I've called your phone 8 times from a random number.
Yeah.
The lady's like, why don't we just text him? Maybe he doesn't want to answer because it's a random call. And I said, you don't know my husband. He will answer anyone's phone call. So if I call,
it could just be that next big deal. It could just be that next big one that I'm like, I gotta answer.
If he's not answering phone, he doesn't have his phone.
So right, and then
so then I asked the race director to make an announcement.
Right.
In dire straits, but Gwen is down at turn 3, and she.
So they had been making an announcement, and what had happened during our race was because we had a little mix up with our phones anyway. So I had moved. You saw where the truck was parked.
Yep.
I went and moved it to a totally different spot with the boys.
And you had taken my phone on the start line.
Right. And so I was like, they were like, the announcer was like, oh, Patrick Lemieux, your wife Gwen is looking for you around turn 3. It's not an emergency. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Gwen, like, can't find me.
Can't find the vehicle.
Ask the announcer, for help. It's all.
Uh-oh. Just decline it. Decline.
Okay. And then everyone put it on Do Not Disturb except you.
I don't know how to do that. I'll do it.
And then, so I would go to the announcer and I said, oh, hey, where's Gwen? And he goes, oh, dude, she's got a broken collarbone over at turn 3-ish. And I'm like, ugh. So.
Then you came over, yeah. I mean, in hindsight, I could walk. I should have just walked over to try to find you, but I liked sitting on the side of the road.
Yeah. So we went to bed last night knowing that something was wrong with your shoulder, but we,
didn't know what. I called my doctor in town. He recommended a surgeon in town that I could go see, and he made an appointment for me at 8 a.m. today. So we went in, had the x-ray there at the appointment, and it's a very clear break. He said it's broken in 3 spots. And so the options were no surgery, and it may never heal, or surgery pretty quick, recovery. Put it back together, put a plate in. So we're going to do that tomorrow.
10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Surgery. Look, it's kind of a weird spot in the season. There was a lull of races anyway, so you were looking forward to training and getting some,
Good training.
good training in.
Sure needed after my 33rd place.
It's July 24th. The rest of the season, we've got September 8th in Karlovy Vary, September 14th Valencia, September 27th Way High, October 5th there's a sprint in Rome, October 20th is the grand final, and then there's 2 races on the same weekend, either on November 9th and 10th, either in Brazil or in Miyazaki. So, I'm just looking at the schedule right now, and for the stuff in the back end, even for Way High, I mean, that certainly seems on the...
You think Way High's on the table? I mean, I'm still leery that there's no information about China and the series, but I think that would be a push. But that's what I wanted to do, was China and then the grand final. I think the grand final is, probably the next big hit out. I'm not sure. You think I'd be ready for China?
Well, I don't know. I just know that with these collarbone, it's different because you have to swim.
I mean, the doctor, yes.
But
the story the doctor told, he told me I couldn't run for 6 weeks, but then he told me a story of somebody who had the same surgery and ran the Boston Marathon less than a week later. So I was like, okay, you're secretly telling me I can run. That's what I heard. I heard you're fine to run. But anyway, the swimming will probably be because I can, obviously I could hop on a trainer right now and ride my bike.
Yep.
So the biking will be fine. I think the running, I talked to my PT. He's like, we'll just put you on like a lever or something, and then you won't fall and you have less impact. And he seemed, pretty positive that I could do that almost immediately. So.
Yep.
Just have to figure out the swim.
So.
Our theme is the comeback, and how we're gonna get to the grand final, October
20th.
20th, yeah, in the best shape possible.
There we go.
It's funny. I mean, this is not me. When this happened last night and I couldn't sleep, I'm thinking, oh man, how long of a recovery is this? I'm googling how long, because I'm like, if it's a long, maybe I just have a baby. But the recovery is too short to have a baby, so that's out of the question.
It's a lot of I mean, I was texting my friends who are cyclists, and they were, I knew that with this, because last time I broke my collarbone, surgery wasn't as common for it. I mean, this is 20 plus years ago, but now they just are so quick to do surgery on it, and all my buddies were like, oh, be riding outside again in a week or 10 days, no problem. So
surgery tomorrow morning.
And then we'll keep you guys updated next week, right?
Yeah, can't wait. Kenny, did we miss anything?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, this is as dramatic as it can be.
Dramatic. So dramatic.
No, I mean, but and all things considered, I'll close on this and say, like, look, there might be some people that would be like, why would you do a bike race? It's so risky. It's too risky. Why you can't do this? You can't do that. And it's like, one, there's in my opinion, if I'm looking at what you're doing, let's just acknowledge that cycling in general is dangerous, and if you're trying to...
Mom, don't listen to this.
If you're
Cover
trying
your ears.
If you're trying to practice to get better, you have to push yourself. You have a high degree of crashing no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And you can crash anything, you can get hurt anywhere. Part 2 to that, if we'll address the racing part, in my opinion is like, look, you had this time where you were away from the sport, and you had to... You don't have the luxury to not push yourself to acquire and regain skills you once had.
And I've had very limited access to triathlon races.
Yep. And so I think the cycling is an opportunity to expedite that growth, and that is it's a calculated risk that we took. And it's easy to say, yeah, you got burned here, but again, you could have gone out training in the rain, crashed in the rain, whatever, which has happened. So
it is what it is. Yep, we move on. Stanley's telling everyone about my broken collarbone. I came last night, I was like, can we just not tell anyone? And I get like 8 messages from all the neighbors. Oh, I heard about your broken collarbone.
He was telling everyone in the cul cul-de-sac driving during his RC driving,
So
sharing his because
Yeah.
he thinks that you guys have a great connection now because you've both broken your collarbone officially. Yeah.
oh, good times.
Yep.
All right.
Stanley's on slow twitch, just like
Yeah.
Starting to form. Yeah.
He'd love it. He loves the views.
He would just love it. Yeah.
His goal. He really wants a gold plate from YouTube. Silver.
Yeah, silver. Yeah. There you go.